So a couple of days ago now, I covered Tim Young posting a, what would you call it, a story, I suppose, he had sent to him by one of these people who went on his course, who apparently was from the UK, and she was a chiropractor. Now what happened was that she harmed this guy because during the treatment the person fell basically unconscious and was unconscious for about an hour. Now what happened from then on was that after about an hour she decided, well, I'm going to adjust the neck based on something that Tim Young had said, and apparently that perfectly fine. However, what we should be really, and what I did focus on in that video, was you harmed someone, you didn't call for help for over an hour, you then admittedly, surreptitiously, this person admitted that they are not allowed to do it under these rules and did it without anyone's knowledge. They made sure that no one was watching or in the room at that time. Those are big problems that I was talking about in that video. So, moving on from that, I had a comment on this video. Now apparently, I'm not 100% sure whether or not, because hey, anyone can create a YouTube account called Tim Young. Now, he basically starts off, this is Tim Young. If you want to debate me, let me know. Well, Tim, if this is really you, I am all for debating you. I'd love to debate you because I have been open for ages saying if any of these quacks want to debate me, I'm all for it. Let's do it. Now, of course, Tim lays his get out clause for the debate. Now, if this really is Tim and you do generally want to have a debate, message me, let me know, let's set something up, let's get this debate on the road. However, dear viewers, this isn't the first time this has happened, because back in the day, I did a response video to We Are Change's and Critical Mass's chemtrail protest they had in Liverpool, and this basically ended up me with a back and forth with a guy who was on the radio. Now, his response then is exactly the same as Tim Young's now, of I want a debate but I don't really want one, because he continues. So he literally says, if you want a debate, let me know, but you will need to educate yourself more than you have demonstrated by your video. In that video, I don't demonstrate really any knowledge of chiropractic because I'm not a chiropractor. I wouldn't want to be a chiropractor, to be honest, Tim, but I know a heck of a lot about chiropractic because I've read about it. And I know a lot of the dangers. I know a lot of people that have been hurt from chiropractors. Indeed, this situation I want to talk to you about. Do you think that it was right that this person did the neck manipulation? I can't say it. Did the neck manipulation surreptitiously? Was she wrong in doing that? Because that raises massive ethical standards about your practice and your supposed area of medicine that you claim to practice. And that is his get out clause, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I could debate him, but he's not on my level, so I'm not going to debate him. So why challenge me to a debate at all in the first place? So, as I've said, Tim, I'm more than willing to debate you. Consider this an open invitation. If you want to do something, message me, let me know, let's set something up. He also continues, for the record, oh, I don't believe this, to be honest, it wasn't a UK doctor. I use that to throw off the trolls such as yourself. So why then did you mention that A, she was from the UK, and why then did you mention in this, story the General Chiropractic Council, which is a UK-based organisation? Are you annoyed that maybe this has got a bit of medical, bit of attention, and that might be this person has contacted you saying, I shared this with you in private, Tim, I don't appreciate you sharing this story publicly because it could get me into trouble. And I think it should get this person into trouble. Indeed, I think this should be investigated. And I have gone to the GCC to ask them to look into this and to investigate it. Because if this person did render someone unconscious for an hour and they didn't do anything about it, summon help or ask for an ambulance, and then manipulate their neck, which under their rules and regulations is illegal to do, then this person should be investigated. Now, you can say, oh, I did it to throw off their scent. Well, Tim, that still doesn't make you look good, regardless of wherever this chiropractor came from. It makes your entire profession look absolutely awful. And your profession doesn't have a lot of good standing in the first place. You then go, oh, to throw off the trolls such as yourself. Well, as I said at the beginning, I had a conversation with a guy on Critical Mass Radio at the time who basically said I was a troll. What did I do in my video? All I did was look at their video and say, if you're bringing up these arguments, well, here's my questions to these arguments that kind of disprove you wrong and raise even more questions. So, Tim, I am not a troll. I am generally someone who thinks chiropractors are dangerous and need to be regulated. And if someone has done as you claim and is in the UK, then they need to be investigated for it. Which, if we have this debate, will be question number 1. So I look forward to having this debate with you, Tim. I am genuine and sincere about having this with you. However, you have shown that you're not. So consider this my formal invitation to you, Tim.